Welcome back to Rissington. It's Honda Cadet in the Bambino Kart Club, and it's Theo Chapley and Frankie Smedley on the front row from Ollie Poole and Jacob Giblett-Lee, Josh Jarvis and Holly Mile, Jaden Sherwood and Ashton Butlin from Dan Parsons and Fishburn. Then it's Freddie Moore, Lincoln Douglas and Oliver Meek. It's going to be an interesting one this. Honda Cadet, of course, standing start in Great Britain. And they are away. A fantastic getaway from Theo Chapley. Is he going to be able to get there to the first corner? No problem at all. Smedley trying to carry the kart round the outside as the field squabbles in for position. They go out of top straight up towards the loop, and it is Chapley who holds the lead of the race. Race lead, championship lead. So no problems at all for him at the moment. Third place, that's Ollie Poole, just trying to stay in there behind Frankie Smedley. And as they go out of top bend down the back straight, the rest of the field just about gets their way through. No problem at all, and no carnage on the first few corners. That's always a very important aspect of the race to get right. And as they come into the dogleg, Frankie Smedley running in second position. Let's not forget that he's only done 2 weekends in the Bambino Kart Club prior to this one here at Rissington. So this is not a bad effort at all from the Honda Cadet superstar, pushing Chapley all the way around this opening lap as he tries to get under his skin through the left-hander at the elbow and up towards that final turn onto the start-finish straight once again. I say start-finish straight. It's not particularly straight. There's not much of it to be straight as Jacob Giblett-Lee goes for the third position spot, won the final at Lark Hall, which of course makes him the current Scottish plate holder. Josh Jarvis in fifth from Holly Mile, then Sherwood, Moore, Butlin, Douglas, Parsons, Fishburn and Ollie Meek. So a really exciting battle in the early stages as they go through top end once again, down the back straight. And this is a really exciting run. Ashton Butlin battling away with Lincoln Douglas. There he is, running in P10. So a cracking start from the 6th row of the grid. Not bad at all. And as they come off of the chicane up towards bottom straight, we're still watching this battle. Now, Theo Chapley is the leader of the race and the championship, but Ollie Poole, currently second in the standings, is behind Frankie Smedley. And Smedley is giving all sorts of pressure, but Jacob Giblett-Lee is doing so as well. So Jacob Giblett-Lee going for the move on the inside into third position. That's brave through the final turn, but Jacob's got there. Really nice move from Giblett-Lee as he gets into position. And so the Scot, he was doing a fantastic job and carries the S-plate at the moment, of course. Runs nicely in third position after that move. Jarvis, Miles, Sherwood, Moore and Butlin with Lincoln Douglas in 10th position for the moment.
Jacob Giblett-Lee, a comfortable winner at Lark Hall for that S-plate. The S-plate denotes him as the Scottish champion. He'll have that S-plate on his kart for as long as he's in the class this year, up to Lark Hall, I guess, going there again next year.
Freddie Moore makes an absolutely lovely lunge there on the inside of Jaden Sherwood. That was a lovely dive into the dogleg. It's not easy to pull that overtaking move off either. You've got to remember that as far as we can tell, on a race circuit, that we think that that's the tightest hairpin in British motorsport. So that is not the easiest overtaking place. And now this is Smedley for the lead on Chapley. He gets there in the first corner. Lovely move. Absolutely terrific lunge.
Don't forget to race in this series, guys. Go to www.bambinokartclub.com for all the information you need. You can race in this championship from the age of your 6th birthday. So basically 5 years of age, 3 abreast.
3 wide into the hairpin. Brilliant bit of driving from Lincoln Douglas. He emerges at the front of all of them. Brilliant racing, and if you're enjoying it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll get more of it every single week. Absolutely terrific racecraft from Lincoln Douglas as he surges his way through a field of 3 or 4 in one go, 3 wide into the braking zone for top bend. I have never seen that at Rissington. Absolutely brilliant from Honda Cadet.
So it is Frankie Smedley who still leads it through turn 1. Chapley is the championship leader though in P2 at the moment. Oliver Poole in 4th place on the 4 kart. He was the championship leader just a few rounds ago, but it's tight at the top. This championship's going all the way to the final round of the season.
And for the next 8 minutes, this race is going to go down to the wire. Look at the 4 of them. Jacob Giblett-Lee has pulled Ollie Poole along to get them onto the back of Smedley and Chapley, and now it is a 4-way scrap. Meanwhile, Holly Mile is under massive pressure as Freddie Moore gets through into 5th position. Too much pressure as Freddie Moore gets through into 5th position. He dealt with Sherwood, and now he's done with Holly Mile. As up into 5th position goes the 68. Now this 4-way scrap continues. Smedley, Chapley, Giblett-Lee and Poole. And it is very tight to tell who is going to have the upper hand as they come through over the line again. Chapley swarming all over the back of Frankie Smedley. Less than a 1/10 of a second between them as they come across the line. And Chapley definitely wants to take another victory.
5 laps gone. Jacob Giblett-Lee is the fastest man on the track, but he's in 3rd place at the moment, so he's not got track position. But the man in third, fastest on the track on the S-plate, with Poole just in behind. Ollie Poole, that is, former championship leader.
Down into the dog leg, you've got to get this one right. In fifth position, Freddie Moore. This is his first time in this category and in this championship, of course.
First appearance in the championship. That is an amazing effort by Freddie Moore to be fifth in this quality of a field, and he's got a quality driver right behind him, and that's Holly Mile.
Yeah, Holly Mile has been one of the standout performers of this season, so to be in the battle, he's got a very good one. Up the inside, Champney takes back the lead. Ollie Poole sat at the back of the queue, trying to make his way back into position, but what a move from Champney to get himself right into the hunt once more. Absolutely terrific bit of racecraft. So Champney back in front of Smedley, but Smedley's not going to take that line down. Giblet Lee in third, Ollie Poole in fourth, and now emerging in fifth position is Freddie Moore, although I noticed that he's got into fifth place, but Holly Mile is definitely not letting him run away with it. She is hustling him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Holly develops her career over the next few years as she moves out of the Bambino classes into the junior classes. I'm not sure what class she'll be moving into, but it's going to be very interesting to keep an eye on her development, because she's obviously a driver with an immense amount of talent.
And this weekend she's actually outperforming Jaden Sherwood, who is fourth in the championship, don't forget. So Jaden is actually going to lose out some ground here. That's the move from Jacob Giblet Lee into second position on Frankie Smedley, but Smedley's going to try and come straight back on the inside. Now what that does is it gives Theo Champney a little bit of a break up at the front. That's given him about 2 kart lengths more of a gap, but that's crucial at this stage. So now that Jacob Giblet Lee's got into second position, he needs to commit to that place, with Frankie Smedley and Ollie Poole basically assisting him to move forward. But it's a very entertaining battle at the front end of this field now.
Champney has now the fastest lap, just 200ths of a second quicker than Giblet Lee. But sat that on at the end of the last lap.
Is that Poole? Is that Poole making the move for third position? As we watch Dan Parsons, who is running well in P9, his first appearance in the championship as well. Is that Poole into third position? Eventually, it took him a while to fend off from Frankie Smedley, who is now the former leader of the race, down to fourth position. So this is a tight one, but he's going to come straight back up the inside.
Oh, close.
Oh, well defended from Ollie Poole. Just chopped across the nose. Do you really think I'm going to let you have the place that easy? Think on.
Great battling going on. We've got a couple of pairs splitting up, first and second battling, third and fourth here battling together, and that's allowing the 2 leaders to get away.
Yeah, good point. Jacob Giblet Lee has dropped these 2 behind. They are battling for third position, but now Jacob has his sights set on Theo Champney up front, and he is rapid. He is gaining pace on the race leader. We've still got just over 4.5 minutes if you take into account that once time has run down, they've got an extra lap on it as well. There's Josh Jarvis coming towards us, the 22, running in P10. Good consistent points over the course of the championship as well, running P7 in the standings. As up the inside, Ollie Poole again has to move to cover to Frankie Smedley. Moore is currently fifth in front of Holly Mile. Then Douglas, Sherwood, Parsons, Josh Jarvis, Ashton Butlin. This could be a really interesting switch from Frankie Smedley, who goes round the outside to try and take on Ollie Poole this time. Doesn't quite have the speed to overhaul him. And as they go into the tight left-hander at the loop up towards Top Bend, he is working very hard to get himself into position. This is a very, very close quarters race at the moment.
Man on the comeback trail is Lincoln Douglas, now up to P7, Jake. He was right down there at the back of the field at the beginning. It's a great effort by Lincoln to get himself back in the mix. Here he is.
Yeah, he's just overtaken Jaden Sherwood, but he's not losing the pace to Parsons and Jarvis. They are really giving him a bit of a hustle. So it's Douglas, Sherwood, Parsons and Jarvis for that 7th position squabble. Round the outside again, Frankie Smedley trying to get the switch back on Poole. This is so measured from Ollie Poole. Look, he doesn't even have to move across to hold him at bay. He just holds the racing line. As again, Frankie Smedley tries to switcheroo around the outside, and he's not going to get there. Meanwhile, that's a lovely move from Jaden Sherwood to cover Dan Parsons. So Dan Parsons is not quite able to move up the position. And now there's a little bit of a hurry up from Josh Jarvis, who's starting to get a little bit hungry and desperate there in 10th position to move up another place. But this is great racecraft. Douglas, Sherwood, Parsons, Jarvis, and they are all squabbling away for 7th position, with all of them with a chance to take it. And if anything happens up front, it could be top 6.
Yeah, and there's a great battle in front of them as well between Holly Mile, who's trying to chase down Freddie Moore. Freddie's first appearance in the championship. That is a great effort to be 5th in front of not only the likes of Holly Mile, but Lincoln Douglas, Jaden Sherwood as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is an amazing effort by him. Great first appearance in the championship.
Oh, Frankie Smedley's trying every trick in the book. In fact, he's practically ripping the book into pieces and throwing it in the face of Ollie Poole, trying to distract him. Come on, get out of the way, I am faster. But Ollie Poole's not giving him any space. This is terrific determination from both Ollie Poole to hold on and Frankie Smedley. He went over the curb. Now surely this is Smedley's opportunity, and he cuts through. Now that was well timed by Frankie Smedley. He saw that Ollie Poole was going to hang to the inside of the curb. He nudged the curb. That unsettles the balance of the kart, and he found his move. That was really nicely timed from Smedley, but Poole's going to get straight back up to him on the inside line. Can he get third place back? We're going to have to watch as they come back towards us. He's done it. Lovely job.
Look at the man on the orange bodywork here, Freddie Moore as well, closing them in. So what a fantastic effort this is for the man there on the 68 kart. 5th place, but for how much longer? He could get himself a podium here.
Yeah, if these two keep squabbling, they are not going to even notice Freddie Moore creeping up behind them, and he is right there.
He is. They won't have noticed him.
This is absolutely fantastic racing between these two, but I have a feeling that Freddie Moore could be about to produce a massive Honda Cadet upset here. He's not just taken on and beaten some very tough drivers. Look, Frankie Smedley's got his hand in the air to Ollie Poole. What are you playing at? That is international sign language. We don't need to have a translation. He's very frustrated, sat behind Ollie Poole. He basically feels, look, I'm quicker than you. You are making more of the road than there needs to be for one kart to get around. Give me the space. I've got to go for this.
Freddie Moore all over the back of them now. Incredible. Great battle. 3rd, 4th and 5th on track. Holly Miles just dropped off the back of Freddie Moore.
Here we go. Smedley tries again. He's not going to get there on Ollie Poole, is he? Ollie is absolutely wide as a Buick around this Rissington circuit. Don't even think about it. I have got you. But Freddie Moore just needs to be patient here in 5th position. Once these two really start squabbling, he's got a chance.
These are important points for Ollie Poole here. Was the former championship leader, of course, just a few rounds ago, and he knows the man out front, Theo Champney, is now the championship leader.
Moore's going to go for it. Freddie Moore's going to split them in the middle.
I think he's got through, hasn't he? There's another move down the inside for 7th as well.
It's 4th.
Great battling.
And here comes Holly Mile now. Holly Mile now feels she wants a piece of it as Frankie Smedley comes back to the inside of Freddie Moore. But he's not got there. Now Smedley's frustrated down to 5th position. And here comes Holly Mile. She gets through as well now. Brilliant from Moore and Mile. They've been absolutely terrific there, sat in 5th and 6th position, just having their own race, pushing each other forward, and now they've got a chance of a podium as Holly Mile moves into 5th position. Freddie Moore's up to 4th, but I think Ollie Poole just has enough of a gap to be comfortable in 3rd. But Theo Champney, full credit to this guy. He's extended to a second away from Jacob Giblett-Lee than he was before. So the gap was 0.4 of a second when they got into those positions and stabled. He's extended by another second, which, let me tell you, in Honda Cadet is very hard to do. Really, really good racing. Subscribe and like to the page, and you will get much more of this kind of content. Whoops! Bit of a moment there as they duel for position. That is Jarvis and Parsons having an amazing last lap scrap. Parsons is the one who gets through, but Theo Champney is going to come through victorious at the end of a brilliant fight. Here he comes, and it's Theo Champney who wins here at Rissington. Jacob Giblett-Lee, a very controlled drive to 2nd. Ollie Poole 3rd. We need to keep an eye on Freddie Moore. 4th position. He's been an absolute sensation here today.
It's a brilliant result for Freddie Moore in his first appearance this season in the championship. A great effort for 4th.
Ollie Mile coming through to 5th position, one of the standout performers of the weekend, and Jaden Sherwood, rather regrettably, out of the race on the final lap. Freddie Moore sadly receives a 5th-place penalty post-race. That's devastating after a great performance. But Champney is your winner from Jacob Giblett-Lee. Ollie Poole 3rd, with Holly Mile promoted to 4th in front of Frankie Smedley and Daniel Parsons. But I don't think we've heard the last of Freddie Moore.
Theo, congratulations, fantastic win, great race. Just talk us through it from your point of view.
In every single race that I did, every single time one person would overtake me, and then I'd have to get past them. But I managed to get past them every time to claim the victory.
And in that final, you took the victory. Well done. Who do you want to thank for your win?
I want to thank all my sponsors, or I won't be here without all of them.
A fantastic race. Theo Champney now the title leader from Ollie Poole. Jacob Giblett-Lee in a solid 3rd in front of Jaden Sherwood, Holly Mile and Ashton Butlin in the top 6. A very intriguing field, and I'm excited to see what it'll be like when we get to the O-Plate. iArmy will see us out.